in many ways. So the thing is that filmmaking is not a cure to cancer, but it does heal. It does move. It does bring magic into people's lives, like you say in the film. आप क्या कहते हैं उनको?
Life को cinema की ज़रूरत है.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to be the one who messes up, who is the weak link in this otherwise, amazing film or project. So that's your self-doubt. But also that's the exact thing that pushes you to give it everything, that pushes you to work extremely hard and to really prove to your director and your filmmakers and your team through every take and every shot that, you are here, if not anything else, that I'm giving it my everything. Hi, this is Dulquer Salmaan.
Hi, I'm Shreya Dhanwanthary.
I am Pooja Bhatt, and you are watching us on
PeepingMoon.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I am Rashita, Sahni, and today joining me for a super interesting chat are Pooja Bhatt, Shreya Dhanwanthary and Dulquer Salmaan for their upcoming intriguing film Chup. Hi you guys, how have you been? Good.
Very excited.
I can see the energy. When I watched the trailer of Chup, one thing that came to my mind was, this is something I've never seen before. And it's very less when you see a trailer and you think that way.
Correct.
Once you watch a film, you can think that way. What was that one thing that went through all your minds when you read the script first? Because I have heard it's really something.
Are you starting?
You start.
Well, frankly, when I had the privilege of being given the script to read. I mean, my first chat with Balki was, he said, Pooja, I don't want to sell it to you, just read it. Can you read it? And I said, of course I can read it. And he mailed it to me. When I started reading it, I couldn't put it down because I was intrigued. And that's the word you used when you started this interview. And I was hooked. So I think that Chup is a completely new kind of animal in the zoo. There is no reference point for it. And which is why I think that we are thrilled because the trailer worked as a sort of a clutter breaker.
Correct.
And I think it stood out without trying very hard to, because that's inherently there in its core. You can create get the best of the best to kind of give you this razzmatazz or whatever, package it beautifully, but if it's not there in its DNA, it's going to kind of permeate. So I think that what went through my head was, wow. And then, of course, I laughed because I think it's dark and it's funny and it kind of resonates with my head and heart.
No, but this I must say, Balki actually, after meeting with Pooja, we were there at Sahni's place that day. He said the only person I know that I've shown the script to who has laughed after reading the script is Pooja Bhatt.
Because I found it, it was hysterical.
She said this. She said it was hysterical. It's like, which part?
I laughed and I continue to in many portions. And I'm certain you will be. People also laugh when they're frightened.
Correct.
Yeah. So
I do.
So I think this will hit home in that case.
Fantastic. Shreya, what went through your mind?
So, there's another thing that apart from the trailer, that people have reacted to, and I've gotten a lot of messages, especially of people saying that it's so funny because usually when you see a film poster, it always reminds you of something. And there's a particular poster we have of Gurudat with the spotlight and the photograph. Every single person is like, this doesn't remind me of anything else I've ever seen. Which again, I think the whole point of the trailer and the script, when I read it, and the film, is the fact that it doesn't remind you of anything else. Me personally, I'm not really a huge fan of remakes and things, which I'm not going to say anything more on that, but yeah, I'm not usually a fan of remakes. But when you have something that's a little original and that doesn't remind you of something else, I think it's a pretty rare thing, and it's very grateful.
Dil Hai Ki Manthani was a remake of
It Happened One Night. That
As was Chori Chori.
That I know. I know, and that's what I said. I said I don't want to say anything because I know. Who doesn't remember that leg scene?
Okay. Dulquer?
I feel like the reason almost every actor, especially during promotions, we keep saying, this film is different from my last or different from anything I've done. It's because that's what we're all seeking. We all want to find that sort of diamond in the rough. Seek out really original, authentic content. And it's not easy, especially if you like working and if you like acting and you want to constantly be on a film set. It's not always easy to find only the best of the best. And sometimes we all have to compromise. So when something like this comes your way, it is instant excitement. It's instantly like oh my God, I've been chosen. It feels like that, like the film chose me or something. Some divine intervention happened that I was at the right place, right time to get a film like this. So a call from Balki sir in itself is a big deal. It's a momentous occasion, and but at the same time, when he starts narrating this idea, because you're expecting it to be a lot like his other films or something. He has, even though they're all different from each other, he has a certain sensibility and a certain aesthetic. But this is nothing like any of that, and I was genuinely excited. And also, I felt like you just take my Hindi filmography into account, it really is different from the other two, and all three characters of mine will, stand out from each other. They seem like three different men. So it was, I think, even 10 minutes into the narration, I knew I was going to do the film. But shooting it was another experience, and I got to hang with these amazing people.
Amazing. The energy that three of you share looks really, really fresh and really exciting. That is what I have noticed. I was watching 2 other interviews that you did.
No, you have noticed the correct thing. This is
Yeah,
true.
correct. No, this is true. Fantastic. What fun. But there is a dialogue, Pooja, in the trailer that where you say that you critics are like
killers. How she says that, no?
Yeah. Oh my God,
Critics are
amazing.
killers.
You critics are
Yeah.
killers.
I do review films, so I was like, oh really? But at a time where we are in the entire Indian cinema scenario, whenever I ask actors how do you measure the success of your film, they never say critical reviews or critic reviews or how they react. They always say the box office numbers. I give them 3 options: audience reaction, critic reviews, and box office numbers. They always choose the third one. Of course, because it is business in the end, and box office will only come when
They're
audience
lying.
go.
They're lying.
Really, the critic reviews
They're
affect
lying.
you?
They're lying because the point is that we are all applause junkies. We thrive and work for praise.
Yeah.
So I think critical acclaim is important, but not that important where you're paralyzed and you don't dare to take your next step because somebody has decided that you're not worthy of it. And I think time is the greatest critic. Whether your work will sustain, move, be relevant is something that only time can tell. And in Chup, we've got Kagas Ke Phool,
Yeah.
which was written off, derided. Guru Dutt Saab was humiliated, told that he has no business being a filmmaker. And what do we do now? We claim him as our very own and say it's a classic. So I think that we have also this amazing capacity to be able to give people their due after they've gone.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that if we become a culture that celebrates people when they're here to enjoy that, I think we'll go a long way in that sense. But I think that anybody who says it's only the box office numbers is bullshitting. Pardon my French, because I think it's if you can get a combination of the two, it's
Nothing like it,
amazing.
yeah.
But very often I've done films that have been praised but made no money at the box office, and I've done films like Sadak,
Yeah.
Zakhm, that were kind of dissed by a lot of people and did amazing stuff at the box office. So at the end of the day, I think I'd rather go with somebody who watches my movie because they've paid for a ticket, as opposed to somebody today who demands that they are shown a screening because they must review it to kind of tick the box on their job, and then sits there with this attitude of gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Are you there only to find my flaws?
Yeah.
Then that reflects on you more than me.
True.
The point is that if you don't like 10 things about a movie, please let us know. We'll try to improve our game. But there must be one thing that's right about it. And what I can't understand is when it comes to Avatar or Brahmastra, people saying, oh, it's too simplistic. Oh, it caters to kids. Listen, boss, it's very difficult to keep kids in their seat for 3
I
hours.
know.
You
That's
can't do it
the
in your
most
home for 10
difficult
minutes.
thing. Yeah,
And kids
yeah.
bring
So the,
their
so the point is
parents
कि अगर
and
आपके
their
बच्चे 3
grandparents
घंटे के लिए
and
चुप रहे हैं
their-
एक फिल्म के
And
दौरान,
they are engrossed. That's a big thing. Yeah.
So my point is that we are a cancel culture in many
know.
ways. So the thing is that filmmaking is
sad.
not a cure to cancer, but it does heal. It does move. It does bring magic into people's lives, like you say in the film. आप क्या कहते हैं उनको?
लाइफ को सिनेमा की जरूरत है.
Absolutely. So I think that, I believe that critics, filmmakers, entertainers, we're all in the same little
I
boat
know.
on the same stormy ocean. And we owe each other a terrible allegiance, And like I said earlier, I think that, if grief is the price you pay for love, then criticism is the price that you pay for fame. And there's some people who can, the closest that they can come to success is by taking a big giant bite out of you.
Yeah.
So let's not deny them that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
okay.
why not?
It's all right. It's okay.
Totally.
Bite me.
But talking about your character, Shreya, it looks like something really new that I think you have tried. Also, because you are in your experimenting stage, I think, right now, wherein you sort of have the liberty to experiment with roles that you want to play right now. Is that true?
See, I've just started. I've just got a ticket into the playground, so I'm going to play.
But whatever you do is good.
It's
Happened.
loved. She's a critic's favorite.
You are. You truly are.
You see how he never misses an opportunity to say that?
This film, I mean,
I was about
I
to
don't,
say
I don't think
that.
she fully gets the idea of this film. So, she's an excited, it's an R Balki film. She gets to work with all these actors.
But I am happy. I am playing. That is true. But no, I genuinely, sincerely hope that I continue to get playing and I don't get bogged down by the idea of what I'm supposed to do and just continue to have fun. So hopefully I get to do that.
Dulquer, I read somewhere that when you were offered the film, you were shocked that how come, will I be able to play this role? And you asked, I think, R Balki. Was there a sense of self-doubt there, or was the script sort of, so intriguing in terms of the storyline that you felt that way?
Self-doubt is part and it should be my middle name.
All of us.
all of us, actually.
It's an actor's thing, I'm sorry.
So a lot of the times when you discover an amazing script or an amazing film, I had the same doubt when I got Mahanati, because I don't speak Telugu. I didn't look anything like Gemini Ganeshan. But you also know that, oh my God, this could be a phenomenal film.
Correct.
And it's got some amazing names and talents attached to it. And you don't want to be the one who messes up, who is the weak link in this otherwise, amazing film or project. So that's your self-doubt. But also that's the exact thing that pushes you to give it everything, that pushes you to work extremely hard and to really prove to your director and your filmmakers and your team through every take and every shot that you are here, if not anything else, that I'm giving it my everything.
Yeah.
So I love to do the stuff that scares me. It isn't every day that I get offered stuff that scares me. So definitely those questions will arise. Even if I hold back, that thing will just jump out and I will be like, sir, really? You thought of me for this film? Are you sure I can do it? And all through the shoot, I must have asked him this, or even post-edit, I was like, how's it looking? Did I do okay? But it's out of desire to not disappoint somebody like a Balki, so who is so passionately written and made this film. I don't want to be the reason that his sort of dream wasn't realized to its full potential.
I'm sure you all are not going to disappoint anyone.
Well, we're very lucky actually, because I think that what is amazing is that Balki sir has cast us all, each of us, for ourselves, yet not. I mean, there's a quality about him, quality about her, quality about me, and of course, Mr. Sahni Deol. And kind of, given all of us a spin. I mean, like, for example, he's brought my curls back.
Yeah.
And he kind of, I keep saying, I'm brain candy in the film. And that in itself is a reality. But I think all of us, he's cast for an attribute of ours, which he's able to see, and yet given it a spin. So I think that's what it is, that's why you need new eyes. And it's a joy to work with a filmmaker who's got new eyes and the capacity to be able to listen. The fact that he collaborated with Raja Sen, who's given him some of his worst reviews and called him in and said, hey, listen, I want that perspective, and sat down and read his worst reviews. So if you're able to go into the battlefield like that and bear yourselves, then the actors bloody well do it too.
I'm sure. True.
So I think that it's quite amazing that he's even thought this up and gone through with it. And the impact that the trailer had is just, is kind of, is so gratifying for us for exactly that reason. It's somebody who's dared to be, just audacious in that sense.
I know. And I personally cannot wait to watch the film. So thank you so much for this
Thank you.
conversation.
Thank you.
All the very best. Or I must say congratulations already, because the trailer has done so well. I'm sure the film will do even better.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
this
much.
amazing
And
conversation.
be generous with your stars.
Yeah, we give moons because we are peeping.
Oh, okay.
We'll take the
Oh,
moons,
yeah,
so
okay,
yeah.
that's good. That's good.
Any other stars?
Yeah. I'd rather have the moons than
Yeah,
the stars.
Yes.
Everyone's giving stars. We rather give them moons.
It's also a reference to Guri Dutt
Yeah.
Chaudhary.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true,
my
actually.
God, yeah.
Yes.
But thank you.